Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, she asked if we're moving too fast. Well, if you're dating a girl and things start off hot and heavy, and she talks about things moving too fast, especially like in this case, she asked if things are moving too fast, probably what it means is that you're more into the relationship, you're more into dating, you're more into her than she is into you. And the reality is that women like you more if they think that they're more into you than you are into them. And so this particular email, this guy's 23, started dating a woman who's 21. He met her just a week ago. And he's already like, we're dating. So he's been on 4 dates in 9 days. He's already met all of her family. And you can tell he's pretty much acting like he's in a relationship already, and she's kind of starting to pump the brakes. And I don't think this viewer has read 3% Man yet. I think he's kind of new to my work, and he's probably, like a lot of guys, just cherry picking things, trying to half-ass it and look for the quick fix, the copy and paste for the perfect solution from a video into his life. And while you may get some attainable success, you're not going to be able to sustain it. There's just no shortcuts to success. And so the book is divided into pickup skills, then into dating and relationship early skills, and then maintaining long-term relationships. And so there's a process that women have to go through. It takes time for them to fall in love. And it's not something that can be rushed, even though what you typically see on TV and the movies is you got to make a mad dash to the finish line to put a ring on her finger, to lock her down to a commitment, or else Chad Thundercock's going to come along and steal your girl. And when you behave the way this guy behaves, you're going to get, I'm confused, I'm not sure where I'm able to be at this point in my life, things are moving so fast. So what's happening is she can tell you're way more serious about this than she is. And that typically is going to cause a woman to kind of back off a little bit and be present with their feelings, because women know instinctively that absence really does make the heart grow fonder. And when you're in a mad dash, I mean, this guy already in 9 days, he's already met her family. He's been on 4 dates already. I mean, that's a lot for a week. And so you should expect to get a pullback when you spend that much time together so quickly. It's just too much too soon. Because also he communicates that he's totally serious and wants a relationship, and usually he's feeling it, but she's just not there yet. It takes time for women to fall in love, and you just can't rush it. If you do rush it, you're going to chase, pursue, text, call her out of liking you to the point where you get friend zoned. Or you get, there's not much chemistry, there's a spark missing. Because the most important thing to women is how they feel about you, not what a great dude you are, or what great dates you took her on, how handsome you are, how nice your car is. The only thing that really matters is how they feel about you. And when you're in a rush like this guy is, you're going to typically chase her right out of your life. So it's a good email, especially if you guys are new to my work, or you guys have been dating for off and on for a while and you meet a girl you really like. It's easy to get carried away and spend a lot of time together, because oftentimes the women will facilitate that. But you have to understand that they're kind of like cats. They spend a lot of time with you, and they're going to back off. And when they back off, you can't take it personally. You can't get upset. You can't get butthurt. You can't be like, what's wrong? I got to confront her. Because you're not going to talk her or use logic and reason into her feelings being more than they are. You just have to let her be and be indifferent and not be attached to it. So he says, hello, thank you for your invaluable contribution to making relationships healthier and happier. I have a question about a girl I started dating a little over a week ago. I met her at the gym with a buddy and we hit it off immediately. I ended up canceling our first date because someone else had caught my attention, and I have a personal conviction about giving all my attention to one person at a time. Well, you got to understand, women do this no problem. Women can multitask, and when there's lots of guys that want to date and take them out and they like, well, they have to go out with the guy to see if they like them or not. To just put all your eggs in one basket and only date or go out on it with a girl one person at a time already communicates you've decided that she's the one you want to make your girlfriend. And women just don't move that quickly. They move based upon how their feelings evolve and develop and how their attraction grows, or the guy turns them off. and then the attraction goes the other way. He says, that other girl didn't work out, so I reached out to excuse me. That other girl didn't work out, so I reached out to the gym girl again, and without hesitation, she was ready to hang out. Yeah, I personally would have given him each a chance, because that would have also helped him slow things down a little bit, not be in such a rush to decide her or this one. It's better to have lots of choices, because 1 is no choice, 2 is a dilemma, and 3 is a proper choice. He says, here's my confusion. It's been 9 days. We've been on 4 dates. And tonight, I'm meeting most of her family. So, as the book says, you're trying to take measured steps. You want to just go out on 1 date per week. And if you had this other girl, maybe you go out with her 1 week. Early the next week, you go out with this particular girl. I wouldn't have been canceling dates like this. But, however, it actually works to your effect, or your benefit, I should say, because what's happening here is that women like a guy, it's a challenge. You make a date with a girl, very, very rarely does a pretty girl get a date cancellation on her. And so that actually is going to make her like him more initially, because he canceled a date. But under normal circumstances, what he should have been doing, he should have kept a date with this girl, see what she's like, and then gone out with the other one as well to see what she's like, and let the best girl win him over, because this is how women operate. Most guys have never experienced this, where they got 2 different or maybe 3 different women to date that like them all at the same time. Usually it's far and few in between. Maybe they meet a girl, it doesn't work out. 4 or 5 months later, they meet somebody else, that works out or it doesn't. Most guys just do not have an abundance in their personal life. They don't have an abundance of women that want to date them and hang out with them. That's why it's so important to build yourself up in your life, in your social life, so you're constantly meeting new people. So he says, last night on our 4th date, I mentioned how surprised I was that it's only been a week. She asked if we were going too fast, and I said no. If it's natural, it's not too fast. So just the fact that she brought that up and mentioned, don't you think we're going too fast? She can already tell it's a little too much too soon. She's 21 and I'm 23. Our values, spirituality, religiosity, I guess, politically and physically, okay, spiritually, religiously, politically, and physically align perfectly. Dating her is playful, fun, and almost too easy. Dude, it's been a week. You can tell already he's like, check please, this is the one I want. When you start acting like that, then you end up smothering the girl. And if you're learning the stuff in the book, and especially if you're dating a girl you really like, it really helps to have 2 or 3 different women to date all at the same time, because then you're going to go slower. You're not going to be so fixated on one girl, and you'll end up making her work to get your attention, which will just simply cause her to like you more, and most importantly, to emotionally bond with you better and quicker, versus if she was the only person you were dating. Are we going too fast, or is that idea arbitrary? Well, the fact that she's bringing it up and mentioning it tells me that she feels it's going too fast, because you went from not knowing her until a week later you had 4 dates already, and now you met her whole family. So that's pretty serious. Usually you don't meet the family until a month or 2, maybe 3 into dating, until it gets really serious between the 2 of you and you're in a long-term relationship. And so what you're typically going to see when you behave this way is you're going to overwhelm the woman. She's going to back off and back away. And usually most guys that don't know any better, when a woman starts backing away like that, they start trying to fix things and think there's something they have to do to get her to like them as much as she did initially. And we just have to understand, if the kitty cat spends a lot of time with you initially, they're going to get bored. It's like if you ever had a cat and it sits in your lap and it's purring, it's really digging you, petting it, it likes being there, and then it gets up and leaves. You'll notice it'll stop purring first, and then it starts looking around, and then even though you're still petting it, it'll just get up and jump out of your lap. And that's how women tend to operate. And now most guys don't know any better. They think, hey, there's something wrong. She doesn't like me petting her anymore. I got to fix this. And so what do? They run after the cat, pick it up, and forcibly put it in their lap. And that's what guys start to do. They start to call too much, start to text too much. They try to force things along quicker because in his mind, he's like, he's got to get her to the finish line. But you got to understand, women have to come to you at their own pace. And you got to read the book, dude. There's no shortcuts to success. It's free to read in the members area of the website. All you got to do is put your name and your email, hit submit, and boom, it'll open right up in your web browser, and you can read it totally for free. You can try it before you buy it. The longest relationship she's had was 8 months in high school, and I've never been in a relationship, but I've been on many dates using your principles. Well, just the fact that you're moving this fast, you're cherry picking in videos. This is not what the book teaches. Now, it's quite possible if she was super into you and kept calling and texting every couple of days, so you ended up on 4 dates in 9 days. As long as she was the one initiating that, then that's okay. But most of the time, it's usually the other way around. And then what happens is the guy notices her schedule's not so open anymore. And instead of her saying, oh, my schedule's wide open for you, then she start hearing, oh, work's crazy, school's crazy, I got so much going on right now. And what happens is you notice that she's just putting roadblocks in the way of you and her hanging out together because she feels overwhelmed. Even when we ask each other personal questions, we have the emotional intelligence to assure each other that we will share more later. It feels too good to be true, and I worry this happiness might not last. That's why the reason he doesn't feel centered and calm is because he hasn't read the book. He doesn't know what comes next, and he's probably like a maniac going through YouTube and trying to watch all these different videos looking for the perfect piece of advice for his situation. But as I say all the time, these videos are based upon the fact that you've at least read the book once and you're trying to apply it, and you use the videos and these real world examples of what guys are experiencing in real time to help you fine tune how to apply what's in the book into your particular situation. And so he's full of fear right now. And so when a girl pulls back and a man's full of fear, he typically goes into a tailspin. And he ends up just chasing and texting and calling her right out of his life. And so what you're typically going to see is that maybe she's texting you every day, and all of a sudden you say you heard from her 3-4 times today. And then tomorrow you didn't hear anything. Now the average guy that doesn't know any better, that freaks him out. He thinks, oh, I must have pissed her off. She wanted to talk to me 4 times yesterday, or she texted me 4 times yesterday, and I haven't heard anything all day. You just got to let it be, because as the book says, you're taking measured steps once a week. So what if 2 days go by or 3 days go by? You don't do anything. And then if a week goes by and you still haven't heard from her, then you reach out, because again, you're just trying to set 1 date per week. But if you go out on a date, say you had a date yesterday and it was great, and now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon the day after, and she texts you to tell you what a great time she had, or how wonderful it was, or how great the sex was, or whatever. If she's reaching out to you, you assume she wants to see you, and you just say, yeah, I had a great time too. I'd love to see you again. What's your schedule like? And then she tells you, and then you invite her over. Or you invite her out on a date. If she's texting you 9, 10 o'clock at night, you can just say, come over, because she's probably down for a booty call. Again, you got to put the time in with the book, because there are no shortcuts to success. So if you guys haven't already signed up for our paying members only content, in the description of this particular video, there are links to where you can join the paying members only content on YouTube. You can join on Spotify, or preferably, we'd prefer that you join on our website, understandingrelationships.com, because on the website, you get a 7-day free trial. You can choose a monthly plan or an annual plan, and that way you can see what additional content you actually get for your money. And if you choose an annual plan, after the 7-day free trial is over, you get a 25% discount for paying up front. So what do you get? You get typically 6 additional video coaching newsletters like this per week. There's a weekly 3% Man study group podcast, a weekly Mastering Yourself study group podcast. We do the full viewer questions podcast, where we answer your short viewer questions with myself and the girls. and any special interviews that we have, which will be available to you. Plus, on the website, y'all also get the email analysis, so you can see the person's email and all of my comments in it while you're listening to or watching the video. Guys, I've always really appreciated the fact that I have the video and with the email on my website, which obviously you just can't do that on YouTube or Spotify. But again, the links, depending on what platform you want to join on, are in the video description. And if you got a question or challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.